What is up, YouTube? This is Jam4077, and last night we got news about a new Duelist Pack coming out on May 25th in the OCG. This duel pack is called Duelist of Brilliance. Like with previous duel packs that came before, this new duel pack is centered around a specific attribute, and duelists who use said attribute. This new pack is centered around light attribute archetypes and themes. Of course, once news about this pack came out, people have been given their thoughts and ideas on which light attribute duelist is going to be getting new support from this set. And I'm going to share my thoughts on these ideas and offer a few of my own. With all that out of the way, let's begin with the archetype used by lightning in Yu-Gi-Oh! Brilliance anime. Archetypes, Yugioh. Many within the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community have been waiting for this archetype and its link spell, Judgment Arrows, to come into the game since their appearance in the anime. Sadly though, I don't see this happening with Duelist of Brilliance. I say this because Duelist packs don't introduce a theme or archetype that it's still anime/manga exclusive. It's more likely that Archetypes Yugioh will be introduced in this year's upcoming Anime Chronicle, whenever it gets announced. Why do I say this? Well, when Duelist of Pyrex was announced, many speculated that Earth's G-Golem archetype would be printed in that set. That prediction came true when it was printed in the Animation Chronicle 2022 in the OCG and Brothers of Legend for us TCG players. So, I predict that Konami will pull the same maneuver with Archetype logos this year. Now let's move on to other light attribute duelists that I feel aren't going to appear in Duelist of Brilliance. First off is using Higari and her Melodious deck. Why? Because her new support is coming out in the next core booster set, Legacy of Destruction. I did a whole entire video on it, link in the description. Then there's Alexis Rhodes' Cyber Angel archetype and Zane Truesdale's Cyber Dragon archetype. I don't see these two themes getting any new support from this set. I say this because Konami rarely goes back to the same archetype or theme unless someone else has played that archetype and theme. The best example I can think of for this case is the Amazon archetype, which was played by My Valentine in Duel Monsters and the Taylor sisters in Arc V. And as far as I know, no other duelists in the anime or mangas have played Cyber Dragons or Cyber Angels. So that's why I'm ruling these two themes out. Then there is Chaz Princeton. For whatever reason, many people within the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community want support for the Ojama archetype. I don't know if this is going to happen, as Ojamas did get some new support in Ancient Millennium. Granted, that support was made so that Ojamas could work with Chaz's other themes. So it may be possible that Konami could give Ojamas support that could work all on its own. Although, Chaz's Light and Darkness Dragon could get some support in this set too. For those who are unaware, in the GX manga, Chaz played a dragon-themed deck that's centered around Light and Darkness Dragon. And Konami could take some of the dragons Chaz used in that deck and retool them to work with said Light and Darkness Dragon. Plus, Konami has printed a couple of cards that Chaz used in that deck. Those cards being Duality and Shadow's Light. So, with all that said, Chaz does have a shot at being a duelist for this new duel pack. Another duelist that uses a light theme archetype is Sartorius. He uses the coin flipping archetype Arcana Force. People have been wanting to see more support for this archetype. In fact, out of all the light attribute archetypes that have been mentioned for this set, Arcana Force usually is the first one mentioned, other than Amato's Legio. Plus, I think people are hoping that the anime exclusive cards, Arcana Force, 12, the Hangman, and Arcana Force 8, the Strength, would finally get printed as well. Especially after Arcana Force 15, the Fiend, recently got printed. If I was a betting man, I would say that Arcana Force has a great shot of getting new support from this set. Another duelist whose name I saw getting popped up was Dumont, who played the Star Seraph archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal. This is an archetype that hasn't seen any support since 2015. So, if there was any chance that this Exceed Summoning focused archetype were to get any new support, it would definitely be in this set. Another duelist I saw getting mentioned was Luna from 5Ds. The problem with Luna is that she doesn't have a dedicated archetype. So the only way I could see this working is if many of the cards that she used, like Sunlight Unicorn, Regulus, and Sunlight Pixie, were retrained to work with Ancient Fairy Dragon and whatever upgrade form that card got. The next duelist whose name I saw was Aoi Zaizen and her Trickstar archetype. It has been some time since we saw any Trickstar support, at least since Aoi switched to Marincess in the Brains anime. So it is possible that we could see new Trickstar support in this set. And the final duelist I want to mention in this video is Kaitenjo. Now, I know Kaitenjo's Photon Galaxy theme deck did get support in White Dragon Abyss. However, he does have another theme that could see support in Duelist of Brilliance thanks to his appearance in Arc V, that theme being Ciphers. While the Cipher archetype did receive some support back in 2001, it wasn't enough to push the archetype past Rogue status. That and the Seas monsters see more play when compared to the rest of the archetypes. So if Cipher does appear in this upcoming Duelist set, any new support would be welcoming. Now, I'm sure I missed a whole bunch of other duelists that use like theme attribute themed decks. If I did, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. And also let me know who do you think could appear in Duelist of Brilliance. With all that said, I'm Jeff4077, signing out.